Welcome. My name is Carl Johann Schroeder, and I am a spiritual teacher and a life coach. And I say that because I love working with the universe. I love working with my spirit guides. I have been for decades, learning how great, wonderful life can be with the living, loving universe. I help a lot of people to understand the patterns of their life and the various spiritual psychic talents that they may be developing in this amazing time in Earth history, which many people call the ascension, a time to become the creators within the creation, to become aware, wake up our consciousness, to understand how it is we can have the most wonderful, amazing lives here on Earth that I know has been a struggling, difficult place, but that was just a learning phase we were going through. Learning how to take charge of reality. It's been tough, but good times are ahead. Now, one of the ways that we can really be guided, learning about how to work with the universe, to work with our soul, our higher self, our spirit guides, one of the very best ways is to work with your night dreams. Also meditations, visions, etc. But your night dreams, every single night you're going to sleep, you might as well be using that time. You can do amazing things and get amazing information, guidance. So I've been working with my night dreams from the beginning, really. And I have had so many amazing experiences, especially recurring dreams, recurring characters. I have, in particular, this spirit guide, the spirit partner, who used to be, when I was younger, a girlfriend kind of character, then later became a wife character. Many recurring dreams of she and I talking. I know now that she is a part of my own soul that is above this earthly plane. There is a sense and a sensibility to our existence. You see, here as human beings in the world, we are living underneath the belief system layer. We, therefore, are human beings who react to our beliefs as if they are real. It's really a projection of our consciousness, though, a projection of our divine light through the belief systems which we can learn how to change. That's how we make all the suffering turn into the healing that can become permanent, wonderful lifetimes. Above the belief system layer is another part of ourselves, the part of ourselves that we go into when we are in our higher moments of reflection, of oneness with the universe, of inspiration. Well, I relate to that part of myself as my partner, and I have had many recurring dreams with her over the decades. Well, in particular, recently, this is in the beginning of January, I started having dreams that you're going to get married. Now, I've had dreams of getting married to her before, but this felt different. There were recurring dreams day after day. It started with a dream where they gave me some kind of device. It looked like one of those Tibetan prayer wheels that you spin around. And they said, you need to rehearse this. This is for your part in the wedding. And then the next day I met the bride. Beautiful, amazing. She was dressed in this white satiny dress. And more dreams after that, so on, until leading up to the day that they had been saying I was going to get married. Well, that was the day I was running my dream group. I've been running dream groups off and on for decades, especially since 2020, because dreams are so important for the guidance people need. I've been running these dream groups every Monday night. We had a fantastic dream group. And that was the day they had said that I was getting married, to expect something important and big this week. Well, the next morning, out of the blue, it was amazing that I was contacted by a local radio station here in the Raleigh, North Carolina area. They said that their co-host has been having this recurring dream. Could I interpret the dream live on the air for them? I don't know how they got a hold of me, but I could feel my partner inside saying, see, we arranged this for you. It's a wedding gift. So I was regarded as a dream expert. I was brought on live on the air, and I'm going to play this for you. It's really fun. The co-host tells me about her recurring dream. I interpret it, and I get to interpret it in a way that fits with my whole philosophy, which is about inner selves mastery. That's what I call the spiritual psychology system I've developed over the decades with my soul team. It's basically every one of us has an inner world. We need to master all the parts of ourselves. Once we have our internal house in order, then the external world can fall in line. We can have the most amazing relationships on the outside because we already have developed the most amazing relationships on the inside. So it was a great validation that at the culmination of this recurring dream of my own and wondering, like, how seriously do I take this? Because we can always doubt ourselves, right? A radio station calls me. You're the dream expert. You know about recurring dreams. Interpret it live on the air for us. So I did. Let me have some fun. I'll play reaction style videos, just this. So by the way, this is my little mascot here. This is a silly painting I got years ago in the Boston area when I lived there. The point, though, is that the cat is a kind of talisman animal for me in my dreams. I have recurring dreams of big cats, and cats in general, they're very aligned with the feminine energy and dreaming energy. Cats spend most of their lives in REM sleep. So for many people, cats connect them with their dream life. So that's why that picture is there, by the way. But so let me have some fun playing this for you. And then when it's over, I'll make a few more comments, and then that will be our fun for today. Here we go.
Mixed Mornings with Kyle, Brian, and Sarah. Every single one of us has had an odd dream. You wake up and you go, what was that? And why? Why? Dreams are fascinating. And Sarah, you have had one that has been just like a thorn in your side. You can't get rid of it.
I wouldn't call it a thorn, but it has been a reoccurring dream.
Right.
So do you want me to tell you what it is?
No,
Not
don't
right.
say anything.
Oh, well,
I'm kidding.
Yes.
Of course,
okay,
yes.
Yes. So here's the dream. I've had this dream 2 to 3 times a month now. Some version of this dream. The cities change and the hotel rooms change, the houses change, but the gist is the same. And I've been having this dream for like 4 months. And that is that Madonna comes to town. She's got a show. And either I call her or she calls me, and then we decide that we're going to meet up. And I go always through a secret entrance, like through a garage. One time there was a tunnel that was like off to the side. One time it was through this like secret elevator that had like the back of the elevator opened and it wasn't supposed to, and it led to her apartment. I mean, it was cool. And we always have this exclusive party, and we just have so much fun, and we're just like dancing and being cool and feeling awesome. And then on a couple of occasions, she'll invite me out on the stage to go dance with her at one of her shows, because I'm an awesome dancer, as we all know. But that's the dream. I have that dream 3 to 4 times a month.
Which is awesome to think you go through that experience 3 to 4 times a month.
I know. I wake up every time. I'm like, yeah, I hung out with Madonna again.
With us right now to interpret this dream, because if you're having it over and over and over again, there's got to be some sort of message, right?
Yes, I would think.
There's got to be something your mind is trying to tell you. Well, luckily we have Carl Schroeder with us, who is a dream interpreter. Now, Carl, give us your resume. Why are you such an expert in the field?
Thank you. All right. So I've been working with my dreams for over 35 years. I had a big spiritual awakening after college. And I want to clarify what I mean by spiritual, because a lot of people think that's kind of woo-woo, impractical, something weird. Actually, spirituality is the most practical thing there is. It's about working with energy, understanding what's really going on behind your life. So I had a spiritual awakening where I realized, like, oh my gosh, the universe is alive. It loves us. This is the most amazing place to be. And then right away I started having all these dreams of amazing people coming to talk to me, going to places, spaceships, gardens, whatever. So I realized, like, hey, I spend a third of my life sleeping already. I might as well be using that time.
This logic is fantastic.
Yeah.
All right.
So right away, I've been working on dreams, all kinds of dreams. Now, science says that dreams are just sort of garbage collecting, the brain, getting rid of what it was doing during the day. I mean, that's kind of just like saying, like, if you look at people waking up in the morning and they go to the bathroom, oh, waking life is just going to the bathroom. I mean, that's just the beginning. So there's so much that can happen in dreams. It's a whole next state of consciousness.
Yeah.
Okay, Carl Sagan, take us on a journey.
Well, I'm very excited to hear what you have to say about my dream.
Yes, you've heard Sarah's dream. What do you got for us?
Okay, well, the fact that you have Madonna coming to town and you give her a call, that sounds to me like that Madonna is an image for your higher self. So when I say higher self, what I'm talking about is sort of, in physics, they talk about everything is a quantum field. It's hard to imagine, but everything is an eternal, infinite energy field. And how we interact with it, that brings out specific things. So every person, this isn't science right now, but to say every person has their own quantum field. There is a you who is infinite, everywhere, all at once, knows everything. That's your higher self.
Gotcha.
So when people have a dream of like a great celebrity that keeps coming to visit them, I have a few of those. It's a great image. Dreams are all about symbolism, trying to get behind, the energy for things. So it's a great image for someone amazing, someone famous, someone with a lot of energy, with a lot of popularity, with a lot of success, coming to visit you, and you reach out to her as well. So it shows that there's that agreement, let's talk. And you said in your dream that Madonna then invites you back to her place for an exclusive party.
That's right.
And you enter through a somewhat secret entrance.
That's right.
So again, that fits with the idea of this is a recurring image for your higher self. You've got your own special connection with your own infinite, eternal self who wants to share with you some of their success and some of the guidance for what your life is about. And then you said sometimes she invites you to dance on stage as well. Great.
Yes, where is this going?
Yeah, it sounds like a lot of fun. So when you have a dream of Madonna dancing and inviting you to dance with her, that sounds like it's your higher self saying, today is a great day to go ahead and just dance through your life. Everything's lined up. Just go ahead and have a lot of fun.
Oh,
I like that.
Yeah.
So
dancing through life, da-da-da-da-da, and always keeping cool.
I love this. So my higher self is Madonna. So is there any way that I could do? And we have to keep this short. Just a note. Is there any way I can work with my higher self in my dreams?
Yeah. Can you lucid dream? Can control it in any way?
Oh, there are all kinds of possibilities. Now, lucid dreaming, a lot of people, that's when you know you're in a dream. You don't have to know you're in a dream at the time. Just think about your dream when you wake up.
Okay.
Just treasure those dreams and realize that Madonna is just a symbol. You're really trying to get to your higher self behind the symbol.
Okay.
So talk to your higher self and give them a chance to say, hey, it was really fun seeing you as Madonna. How else can I experience you? How else can we talk? And when you go to bed at night, just say, let's talk some more in a dream. You can call in your dreams. You can set your expectations. And also have a dream journal ready.
Okay.
So in the morning, I'm ready to write it down.
Man, well, if you were sparked in that moment and thought, man, I wish he would interpret my dream.
Good news!
Good news. He's agreed to interpret a couple of dreams for us. So if you've got a dream that you want to get interpreted, Dr. Carl Schroeder will do it for you right now. 919-860-1015. And speaking of dreams, you know what a good dream is? $1,250. Yeah,
nice segue.
I know. I thought of that. I thought of that myself. Me and Madonna. So we've got Secret Celebrity coming up at 8:05. The voice get played again, and $1,250 is on the line.
Oh, I love it.
You and Madonna, your higher self. That's amazing.
We got together.
Excited.
Mixed Mornings with
right.
Kyle, Brian, and Sarah. If you're just joining us, you've joined us down a deep, weird road that we are journeying together.
I see what you did. Dreaming
Nice.
cranberries.
Dreams. Thank you.
Yeah.
Nice.
Thank you very much.
So we just went over a dream that I've been having for the last 4 months, at least 2 to 4 times a month, weekly, bi-weekly, which is I meet Madonna. She comes to town. We meet up. We go to an exclusive party. And sometimes I dance with her on stage. Turns out Madonna is my higher self. And I'm just supposed to, pay attention to what happens in these dreams to see how my higher self is feeling. So we had Karen call in, and Karen, she wants to share a dream so that Carl Schroeder, who is our dream interpreter, can have a crack at it and see what's going on with her subconscious.
All right, we have Karen up. We have Carl up. Karen meet Carl. Carl meet Karen.
Hello.
Hi, Karen.
So Karen in Fayetteville, please explain to our dream interpreter, Carl, exactly what's going on in your head.
Okay, so I had a dream that I was back in college. A friend of mine invited me to this party. I show up at the party. he spends his time ghosting me, and there's people from all walks of life from the last 20 years that are at this party, and they're all having fun, but nobody seems to be engaging with me. I can't seem to find a group to go hang out with, and I approached my friend and said, why in the world did you invite me, and then proceed to never talk to me again? And that was it.
Okay.
Well, a lot to unpack there, Dr. Carl. If you are a doctor. I don't know why I called you a doctor. You might not be a doctor.
I'm not sure he's a doctor.
He is now.
He's more a Carl than a doctor.
Okay, Carl, what's up?
Okay, well, I've been running dream groups for over 15 years. Let's put me on the spot, see what I got. All right. It's very important to realize that all parts of ourselves always exist. Time is a kind of illusion. So your college self, teenage self, they are always there. We are encouraged to forget the past and just keep working in the present or toward the future. I think this dream is about your college self, your teen self, adolescent self, saying, hey, I need more attention. I want more love. Feel some of my feelings here. Everybody else is having fun. I want to talk with you. So it's a call for you to think more about your adolescent years. What would you have liked to have done? Talk with yourself. Get to know that self. They talk about inner child work. There's inner teenage work as well.
Okay. How does that sound, Karen?
Okay.
Sound right?
That sounds interesting. Absolutely. Sure.
All right, Carl. And what should she work on to, I don't know, maybe alleviate this dream?
Well, how does one channel their teenage self? Like, how do you work on something like that?
Really just spending a little time, whatever works for you, journaling, meditating, just reflecting, just talking to yourself. But ask yourself, like, I want to hear more from you, my adolescent. Let's get closer. Let's some of the things you always wanted to say to somebody, you can say to me, and see what memories come up, see what feelings come up. Just work it through. Just be a friend to yourself.
Sit with it, as they say. All right, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
I can do that.
All right.
Okay.
Well, thank you so much for sharing your dream, Karen. And thank you so much, Carl Schroeder. And we'll put up your info on where to find you and how people can find your dream group, okay?
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Carl.
Have a
Thank
great
you.
day.
You too.
Sweet dreams,
And sweet
everybody.
dreams.
Just couldn't help yourself.
Sure couldn't.
If you're
Right
interested,
there.
It was right there.
if you want to have your dreams interpreted, if you're interested in this kind of work, I know Carl leads groups, InnerSelvesMastery.com, or find him on Facebook, Inner Selves Mastery.
That's right. Now we got to go to something way less dreamy, and that's traffic.
Wait, I can save it.
Yes, thank you.
You know it is dreamy. Secret celebrity jackpot.
Okay. Well, I hope that wasn't too distracting, but kind of fun playing reaction video there. So, yeah, I had a great time, and this was so validating from the universe because it was really showing me. I mean, I didn't do anything to land this radio spot. And they really liked me, by the way. The guy was really effusive afterward, just praising me. That was really fun. So I may be back there. But the main thing was that, like, life is being planned behind the scenes. You can be in touch with your spirit guides, with your spirit team. I had a whole sequence of recurring dreams that said I was getting married to my spirit partner, to a whole new level of involvement in our reality together. And then, sure enough, I get to interpret the recurring dream of this radio co-host. So it was really fun. And let's see, a couple of comments I wanted to make. So yeah, I imagine that at some point somebody was tuning in and hearing like this person saying, well, Madonna is my higher self. Of course, I was talking about the symbolism. But I didn't mention the spiritual aspects of, like, of course, Madonna, the rock star, chose that name to be provocative, to refer to, the divine feminine. So the fact that now, higher selves are often the same gender, so like my higher self is masculine. To be clear, our soul energy, that is your part of the universe. Actually, that is the universe that is you. So your soul energy is a kind of feminine, embracing, like just always welcomes you home. Your higher self is more of an active a mentor, somebody who comes into your life. So often when I refer to a specific aspect of your soul coming to advise you, I talk about the higher self. But we can mix concepts here. Anyway, so a woman would usually have a higher self who is female, feminine in appearance. And so, she's a radio co-host dealing with high energy entertainment all the time. Of course, her higher self would be a Madonna. And so that was a lot of fun interpreting that. I think they got it pretty well. And I was really psyched that they gave me the dream the night before so I could think about it. And I was like, oh, this is so cool. This totally fits with my inner selves work, because I want to not just interpret a dream with regards to the activities of the day, because a lot of dreams do help us to process what just happened or what's going to happen, but to dig deeper, to really get to know these eternal parts of ourselves who will then guide us to have the most wonderful lives. So the next dream, that was totally cold, like live on the air. I had no idea what the dream was going to be. Now, honestly, if I had more time, I would have gone into your dream, the woman from Fayetteville who was being ghosted at a college party by a friend of hers, and everybody else seemed to be having fun, and she wasn't. Now, clearly, this could be referring to somebody in her daily life, giving her advice from her subconscious, from her psyche, saying somebody is making you feel left out. Stand up for yourself. You don't have to put up with that. So there is an aspect of dreams that absolutely can give immediate life guidance. But I did feel when she told the dream that the deeper level was to help her connect with her own inner adolescent, those years. And to be clear, when I talked about there's a sense of, there's two kinds of pasts. Okay, there's the dead past, there's the record past, there's the historical past. That's the one you don't want to hold on to, and then a lot of people do hold on to. That's the sense of I can't change the past, but that's how it happened, and I can't let it go, and I miss the best times, and I just wax nostalgic about things and the heartbreak and the heartache, and okay, that's the dead past. There's a living past. There's a living past where, your childhood self, your college self, your young adult self, those selves continue to grow as consciousness is within you. So that's what I'm talking about when the past is alive and don't leave it behind. It's the aspects of you that you remember being them at one point, and then you went on and your consciousness continued to expand into older selves. But those selves continue to exist, and they are treasure troves of that perspective of the consciousness. Now, to be clear, a lot of times, their childhood will be locked in a lot of anger or hurt, and people tend to think well, that's my hurt self or that's my angry self. Emotions only show how well a self is currently doing, given the choices that you're making. You're in charge. So emotions are not selves. Selves are more a function of consciousness. The child self is the gateway of so much imagination, because a child, when you're a little kid, you don't expect yourself to have to navigate the adult world, but you know enough about life that you can dream big. So I like to think in terms of, give a happy, healthy child a box to play with, and they will turn it into whatever they want, a house, a robot, a spaceship, a car, whatever. So childhood has incredible imagination and play, and those are eternal qualities that you want. So when you tap into your inner child, you don't want to become a child, you don't want to become childish, but to be aware of your inner child is playing and imagining in parallel with you. That's when you can have amazing childlike, child-inspired, playful creativity with the universe. Now, adolescent years, this woman I felt really needed to make more peace with her inner adolescent, and then based on that healing would have the strength to do whatever else the dream was referring to, perhaps a current daytime a current relationship in her life that is not healthy. We don't want to just say no to things in life. We want to replace them with something healthier. That's where the inner work with selves comes in, where you just talk to those selves. You just spend time. You let memories come into you. Just being aware that these are not dead memories. They're not like just records of what happened and there's nothing you can do to change it. No, you live, you interact with these aspects of yourself. So what does the adolescent represent? Think about it. The adolescent is that gateway into adulthood where now, like, it's very poignant. Your body grows and like, wow, I am physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually old enough to embrace the world and go out there and just start living a life. And oh my gosh, I don't know who I am. So adolescent years, college years, they're oftentimes of a lot of stress and anxiety and insecurities and people throwing themselves at different cliques, trying to find their identity, and they can get used and abused in many ways. So adolescent years can be very traumatic. They can also be extremely exciting because if you discover your true talents, your true being, who you really are, you start realizing like, wow, this could be the basis of a lifetime. So that's the positive side of adolescence. If your adolescent is hurt, if you had college years, teenage, high school years when you were insecure, you have a lot of memories of being teased and so on, you need to talk to your inner adolescent, help them heal through that. So then you can have that power, that strength of that turning point of discovering over and over the adolescent ability to discover who you really are. Those turning points of like, forget the rest. This is what I care about. This is me. This is the real me that I want to build upon. So very important to heal and make a peace with and be in connection with the adolescent consciousness. That's what I felt that woman was really needing, and that's what I had an opportunity. So I got to talk about inner selves live on the radio. It was amazing. So it was a really wonderful validation for me of the whole process of trusting my inner journey, largely guided by my dreams, by other meditations, visions, synchronicities you have in life, the opportunities that come to you. But yeah, trust it, believe it. Your life is so planned at a higher, deeper level. We are not meant to be control freaks in the world. There's so much pain and suffering that happens, so much conflict that happens because people are just freaking out thinking like, I have to have all the answers. I have to plan this all. I have to make it work. No, absolutely not. Earth's life, being human, that's about the fine tuning. That's about enjoying life and going with the flow, finding with that adolescent quality, that adolescent brilliance and genius, finding like, who am I? What do I really stand for? What am I really here to develop? And that's where you can get into the flow of all these amazing plans have been made already at a higher level by higher levels of yourself. You will become more and more of your higher self, and your higher self will always be bigger beyond you too, guiding you to amazing things you've already planned for yourself. So really, life can be really easy and fun, and working with your night dreams is a really great way to learn more about yourself and be guided every day. Thank you.